In today's episode, we're gonna be replacing this carpet, tearing it out with some new tile. So first, when we peel this back, we're gonna see what's underneath and see how we'll tackle it. It's either gonna be concrete or another type of flooring of some kind. Clearly, those are only the only two options. Okay, we have some moisture damaged carpet, I can tell right away, which is probably why the clients are complaining about the smell. Carpet in a basement is never a good idea. And on top of that, or underneath that, we got some tile, which is glued on to the concrete itself. Now, quickly looking at this and actually grabbing my tape, we're gonna discover that, yeah, it is 9x9 tile, which means it's highly likely to contain asbestos. So we're not gonna be able to remove it. I did already talk to the clients about options as to what we can do with this. We could get a hazardous material company to come and remove it. That's gonna be pretty costly. So the best bet is to go on top of it. And there were a few options on what we could use on top of it. Gave them the options, and we're gonna settle on tile actually. You can apply tile onto glue down, linoleum, vinyl, those products that are typically plastic based. You can apply tile onto that, it just has to be done properly. So that's what we're gonna be doing in this video. I'm gonna remove the carpet first. This part, of course, is gonna be pretty boring, so we're gonna time lapse it so we can get it done. The only thing I would mention is how I do it. You just take a utility knife, cut it, roll it up, discard of it. I'm gonna cut mine into 6-foot lengths. That way it fits into the truck nicely and I kind of maximize my space. Always a good idea to wear a respirator when you're dealing with any kind of fine airborne particles or fumes.
Okay, set you on time lapse.
I'll run through it fairly quick, but first step is to clean the tile. There's typically wax on this type of tile or dirt, grime, oils, and we need to clean it, strip it almost. So we are going to be using just a TSP cleaner. It's also a neutralizer, removes wax and grease, helps paint adhesion. That's the first step. I'll dilute this mixture a little bit with just water. Once I clean this tile here, remove any wax or grease that has built up or that it's built with, I'll then go ahead, once it dries, apply some primer to it. And then once that dries, I'll go ahead and use this thin set that they recommended, which is the Pro P151 Premium Grade Universal High Performance Poly Modified Thin Set Mortar. I'll use that to apply my Ditra, and then it will just be a regular tile job on top of it all. But first things first, cleaning this tile. I'll use a stiff bristle brush and then just pretty much scrub it. Okay, it's washed. I went back over it with a cloth to try and dry it a little bit as well. I have a fan going and a dehumidifier, so hopefully in an hour it'll be dry and I can prime it. Be back then. All right, it is the next day. I've actually gone ahead and primed and applied some of this Ditra. It's actually not Ditra, it's an uncoupling membrane of a different brand, which I can't remember. But same in theory. And I did this little section here just in hopes to get a bit of a test to make sure everything is adhering properly before I go ahead and commit to this full room. So let's see if it's adhered. The first and most obvious way to test it is to try and peel it up from the edges. I mean, it's pretty good. The next quick thing to do is actually to cut a part of the middle out, because this type of thin set needs air to dry. So it's gonna take a lot longer for air to get into this area than it does for the edge. We go in the back corner here. I think I'm expecting this to come up. Yeah, because this thin set is not dry yet. But you can tell that it did adhere to the Ditra fine. Coming back here and trying to scrape off this stuff that has dried, like that's definitely adhered. Now this Ditra I have applied 2 days prior, but without the primer. So I'm just kind of curious. I don't like this trial on air, but okay. So that's dry, but it didn't adhere to the tile, the vinyl tile. All right, I think my decision is gonna be to wait longer and see if this does dry and adhere. Yeah, because air is gonna struggle getting in there. I would say if it doesn't fully dry by a week, then we might have a big issue. If it dries and adheres, that's all we need, but right now it's too unpredictable, and I would hate to do all this work and then, you know, come back and all my ceramic tile is just floating. So we're gonna fast forward to a few days or a week later, and we'll see how I feel and test this out again. All right, we are back and it's about 10 days later. I'm gonna test this once more. I'm really hoping that thin set has adhered properly. Let's see how it looks. This is the old piece that I took out. I mean, that's dry just fine, but we are gonna cut a new hole. We'll cut it here. It feels better. Don't know if you're able to see that or not. All right, that has definitely adhered properly. Yeah. You can see it just tore the fleece right off, whereas with this one, the thin set was left on. So that fleece has definitely adhered properly. That thin set is dry as a rock underneath. Good sign. I am just gonna double check this sheet because I didn't use the same product. I didn't use the primer, and I used a different type of thin set, just a poly modified thin set. Actually, I want to cut a little further away from the edge, cut about here. It was kind of dry. I'm gonna test somewhere else though. Yeah, that's barely adhered. So I think what I can determine from that experiment is that it does need to be primed, and you just have to have the compatible thin set with that primer you use. Just keep it within the same brand. This stuff that I didn't prime, that I just used the regular poly modified thin set. It was for large tile, so I thought it might help with the drying process, but it didn't adhere that well. So I'm probably gonna have to rip this section that I did with that up, take it up, and then prime it accordingly and everything. But I'm quite happy that the primer method worked. It just took longer to dry, but it's definitely adhered properly. So I can go ahead and do the rest of this floor, which is this much. It's not that much, it won't take me too long, but yeah, I'll go ahead and continue priming with this primer. And then once that tacks up, doesn't completely dry, but tacks up and becomes translucent, I can go ahead and use this thin set here. So I'm gonna prep that, and yeah, probably give you a time lapse if you want to watch. It's a pretty straightforward process though. Okay, from here on out it is Ditra installation, so it's pretty straightforward. I have other videos on that. I'll link at the end of this video. You can check them out. But we basically apply this thin set. It's a little bit looser. We comb that onto the floor, onto the primer, press our Ditra or uncoupling membrane, which is this, into it. Wait for that to dry. In this case, it's going to be a couple weeks, like we, probably a week, like we determined. And then I can apply my tile right on top of that. I'll see how long the battery of my camera lasts, but check out that other video if you want to see this process.